compartmentalization. Oh, this segue is pretty perfect.
Kelly Clarkson's voice, normally so full of power and light, trembled under the weight of a grief she hadn't yet shared with the world. Just days before the death of her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, the singer found herself on stage in Las Vegas, tears streaming down her face as she tried to keep her composure. The audience might not have known it then, but behind her visible emotion was a heart bracing for an inevitable loss. Blackstock, who died on August 7th at the age of 48. After a battle with cancer, had been a central part of Clarkson's life for years. The two were married for 7 years before a painful and highly publicized divorce in 2020. They shared 2 children, 11-year-old River Rose and 9-year-old Remington Alexander, whose well-being both parents continued to prioritize despite the end of their marriage. On July 26th, during her Kelly Clarkson studio sessions residency at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, Clarkson paused before performing her deeply personal ballad, Piece by Piece. It's a song she first released in 2015. It's originally written as a hopeful tribute contrasting the abandonment she felt from her father with the steady presence she believed she had found in Blackstock. But that night, the song carried a much heavier history. Clarkson told the crowd that she had once again changed the lyrics. With a mix of humor and pain, she muttered compartmentalization to herself as she wiped at her eyes, trying to hold back tears. She admitted she had rewritten the song more than any other in her career. The original verses painted Blackstock as the man who restored her faith in love and fatherhood. But after their divorce, she altered the words in 2023, replacing the praise with a more independent, self-reliant message. One that many believed referenced their contentious financial disputes during the separation. I just walk away per. When they ask for money, I take care of me because I love me. Piece by piece, I restored my faith that a heart can still beat even when it breaks. She sang in the newer version. Yet on that July night, Clarkson told the audience she felt ready to soften the edges. At 43, after therapy and years of healing, she believed she had found the perfect version, one that neither glorified the past nor clung to bitterness. But when she began to explain this more grown-up rewrite, her voice cracked. Again, I'm really trying to pull it together, she said, turning away to collect herself as the audience offered quiet support. Finally, she decided to stop talking and start singing. The updated lyrics reflected a more compassionate tone while still affirming her own strength. I'm learning every day how to love me. I let go of the shame that you taught me per. Piece by piece, I restored my faith that a heart can still beat even if it breaks. For fans watching that night, and later, for the millions who saw the TikTok clip, the performance was raw and vulnerable. They saw a woman confronting the complexity of her past relationship, publicly navigating pain, acceptance, and the reality of co-parenting through life's hardest chapters. Only days later, the reason behind her visible fragility became clearer. Clarkson announced that she would be postponing her residency to be fully present for her children, revealing that their father had been ill. She apologized to ticket holders, expressing gratitude for their understanding. I so appreciate your grace, kindness, and understanding, she said in her statement. Blackstock's illness and eventual passing marked a profound moment in Clarkson's life, not just as a public figure, but as a mother who had to guide 2 young children. Through the loss of their dad, despite the history between them, she had made it clear in past interviews that she wanted to maintain a functional relationship with him for the sake of their kids. That commitment now extended into helping them grieve. The emotional whiplash of her July performance made more sense in hindsight. Clarkson had stood before her fans with the weight of an impending goodbye pressing on her heart, trying to honor her own journey while also carrying compassion for a man she once loved. For anyone who has navigated loss after divorce, the moment resonated. It's the kind of grief that's complicated, layered, difficult to explain to the outside world. Through the years, Clarkson's career has been built on authenticity. From winning American Idol to hosting her own talk show, she has been open about the highs and lows of her personal life. But the performance of Piece by Piece in late July may stand out as one of her most emotionally transparent moments. It wasn't just about heartbreak or survival, It was about the way love, even when it changes form, leaves permanent marks on a person's life. In many ways, Clarkson's evolving lyrics mirror her healing process. The original 2015 version celebrated the restoration she felt through Blackstock's presence. The 2023 rewrite reflected anger and independence. Now in 2025, her words seem to suggest something different, a place where acceptance, resilience, and compassion coexist. Her fans have followed her through all of it. From love to loss, from public battles to private victories, and when she broke down on stage, they didn't see weakness, they saw courage. To stand under the spotlight and allow tears to fall is to remind the world that strength doesn't always mean smiling through the pain.
Ow.
Sometimes it's about letting yourself feel it. Even when thousands are watching, Brandon Blackstock's death closes a chapter in Clarkson's life. But the legacy of their years together lives on in their children and in the music that captured their story. Piece by Piece will likely always be tied to him in some way. A song that began as a love letter, transformed into an anthem of independence, and ultimately settled into a place of bittersweet remembrance. When Clarkson returns to the stage after this period of mourning, she will do so carrying not only her own grief, but also the responsibility of helping her children heal. Her voice, already known for its emotional depth, may carry an even richer resonance, because now, more than ever, she knows the truth of her own lyric. A heart can still beat, even if it breaks.